Hello. Given my never-ending compulsion to resurrect old crap, let me share my latest project with you. Meet my vintage MacKissic Mighty Mac Hammermill chipper shredder. The first thing I noticed when I got it home was that the insides were jammed up with some sticks and debris. The culprit was a broken screen that someone had tried to repair with some extruded screen material. Luckily, MacKissic still has parts available, and my new screen arrived today. The folks at MacKissic were very helpful in confirming the correct part I needed and getting my order processed. I also asked about an owner's manual, and the next day, one appeared in my email. While my plan is to convert this chipper to attach to my Wheelhorse C-120 Auto and power off of the PTO on the 12-horse Kohler, my curiosity was sparked by the old 7-horse Briggs and Stratton engine. After all, there's always the chance that my conversion plans will not pan out, so I might need it to run as originally designed. So I drained the gas tank, and what came out looked like coffee. The glass sediment bowl and carburetor were both full of crud. So I ordered a rebuild kit for the carb and soaked the carburetor until I could get it clean enough to reassemble. The other thing I noticed was that we had no spark. This model Briggs uses a magneto in combination with a condenser and points. A little research, and I found out I could eliminate the points with a newer style magneto. So I snipped the wires going to the breaker module and gapped the new magneto. I gave it a quick spin, and a zap to my fingers let me know I now had spark. While I was here, I disassembled the ratchet assembly for the pull start recoil and cleaned and lubed everything for smooth operation. Jumping back a bit, while I was waiting on parts, I decided to check out the internal for the Hammermill chipper blade. The blades looked to be in great condition. I greased the main bearings and gave it a few spins.
Let's see how it does with a little bit of oil. Oh yeah. Okay, so this old Briggs wasn't in the best of shape. Drained the oil, pitch black, drained the gas, looked like coffee. I rebuilt the carburetor, replaced the air filter element. Wasn't getting any sparks, so I replaced the magneto armature. This unit originally used magneto along with the points module, points and condenser. The new magneto doesn't require that, so I just snipped the wire and got good spark. So changed the oil, serviced it, got the bearings and everything lubricated for the Hammermill. It spins freely. I think I have a different video on that. Getting ready to check the RPMs. I started it last night and got the needle adjustment about where I think it needs to be. But I'm going to fire it up and check the RPMs if I can here. So stand by and we'll see what happens. So using an app on my phone, just a digital camera strobe type of deal. I got it set right now running about 2200 RPMs. I think it calls for 28, but I'm going to double check before I take it any higher. I'll probably run it like this for a while to give this engine a chance to set in. Probably pull it off, maybe clean it up, give it a paint job. I found a decal set that matches the original, so don't know why. I plan on rigging this thing up to run off the PTO on my Wheelhorse tractor, but no sense in letting this engine go to waste. So that's my plan at the moment. Just fun tinkering with this old stuff.
Okay, here's the third installment of my project to convert a 1977 MacKissic Mighty Mac Hammermill chipper shredder from a wheelbarrow type with a 7 horsepower Briggs & Stratton to a wheel horse attachment for my 1976 C-120 automatic. For the attachment point, I figured I could use the mounting bracket from a parts snow blower that was graciously given to me. After some test fitting, I drilled new mounting holes in the bracket, leaving the Mighty Mac housing intact in case I ever decide to convert it back. Notice the 1/2-inch bolt and crossbar I added to the bracket. We'll see that in action in just a minute. Aligning the bracket to the inner left housing gave me perfect pulley alignment, but it left an 1.5-inch gap on the right that I had to make a spacer for. I used the snow blower's idler pulleys along with a lift arm from an old garage door opener to rig up my belt tensioner. At first I thought I needed a heavier spring for the idler, but it seems to work fine and provides a bit of safety cushion in case things would get jammed up. I'll probably pick up a slightly shorter belt, but this one I had in a box of auction junk seems to work okay for now. This is where the 1/2-inch bolt comes into play. I have a permanent ball hitch on the front of my tractor. The idea came to me while I was watching Gold Rush on TV. I'm going to keep my eye out for an old screw jack and see if, maybe, I can set it up to use with a hand crank. I ran a bunch more brush through it and some bigger limbs through the chipper chute. I never missed a beat, so I'm pretty happy. I'll spend some time now upgrading a few things, but for an overnight project, I think it went really well. Thanks for watching, and thanks to all the Red Square members for some great input and helpful tips.